are you? Hey, you. Hey. I don't know what's going on here, but I think there's an alien on board. But if you follow me and we keep quiet, I think we might be able to get away. Follow me. Come on. Oh! No! No!
Alien Isolation is a sci-fi survival horror game based on the very popular 1979 film Alien, directed by Ridley Scott, also being tied in as a prequel or filler story to the 1986 film Aliens, directed by James Cameron. The plot of the game is you are Amanda Ripley, daughter to Ellen Ripley, and the year is 2137, only 15 years after the events in Alien. Amanda's background isn't really touched upon. All we know is she is seeking answers to her mother's disappearance, and is given the opportunity to do so when she is offered to go to the space station Sevastopol, where apparently the flight recorder of the Nostromo has been recovered.
We believe to be the flight recorder unit of the Nostromo.
Where?
Zeta Reticula.
What did it tell you?
We don't know. The unit was taken to Sevastopol station.
At the beginning, this was a bit confusing, because in the first film the Nostromo was blown up into tiny pieces, and the blast was so powerful that it sent Ripley deep into space for 57 years. Upon arriving to the space station Sevastopol, things go to shit rather fast. The station has a lot of outer damage done to the hull by the looks of it, and nobody is communicating over the transmitter. Amanda, or Ripley as I should say, because everyone just calls her by her last name, boards the Sevastopol. Not only is the ship taken damage, alone and in the dark, it is your job to find the Nostromo flight recorder and investigate what exactly happened at the station. As you explore, not only do you find clues on what happened throughout the ship, but that there's an alien organism on board of unknown origin, and it's killing everyone. Now this simple routine mission has taken a deadly turn into a game of cat and mouse, and you are the hunted.
Oh, fuck.
The mechanics of the game are nothing new if you've ever played a first-person shooter or a survival game. Crouching and being stealthy will, over time, be your best weapon in the game. Unlike the past horrible Alien game, Aliens Colonial Marines, this game will actually feel true to a survival horror game. With very limited ammo for weapons and even more limited resources for light, you will more than once find yourself holding your breath to find the nearest save point or vent to hide in.
I can't believe they did this.
Before this game's release, I heard a lot of complaining on the internet about how this game has no autosave feature or checkpoint system, and that the only way to ensure your continued progress is to save your game on your own. Well, to those people, I have to say, welcome back to the true world of survival horror games.
We're not alone.
If you have ever played a horror game pre-auto checkpoints era, such as Resident Evil, Parasite Eve, and The Thing, you know all too well that not only does this give the game a big boost in adrenaline pumping horror, but also gives you a giant sense of accomplishment once you reach a save point, because they won't be easy to get to. So yes, like I've said in past game reviews, death means starting back to your last save point. The crafting system in the game is a fun and unique feature that will be a necessity to master in order to survive. As you go through the game, you will collect blueprints of craftable items ranging from medkits, noisemakers, and molotovs. The ship is littered with materials needed for crafting, and you will want to make sure you're well stocked, because you never know what's behind the next door, or lurking in the vents above. If you're looking to find helpful patrons of the ship to give you the lowdown, think again. It's every man for himself. Coming across survivors can be as deadly as the alien. In the panic, the remaining survivors of the Sevastopol have broken up into groups of scavengers, ready to kill anything and anybody they're not familiar with. This was an odd take to me on what would happen if a xenomorph was aboard a ship. Not only has this never happened before in any alien movie, where the people were just like,
please, there's people here right now could use your help.
Fuck y'all.
I mean, even in Alien 3, the inmates who were portrayed to be dumber than a bag of hammers work together to kill the alien. You come across a good number of people throughout the game, all of whom want what you have.
Following me back there?
Had to keep my distance. Can't take any chances. Stick close to me.
What?
Hey, don't move.
Okay. We're not looking for trouble. Who are you?
I'm John. This is Ringo.
They're just some assholes. We haven't got time for this. Come on, Jana.
We're trying to get to comms. Can you help us?
We don't need their help.
The atmosphere and imagery of the game are outstanding. I bought the game on Xbox 360, and it goes to show that this console still has a lot to offer as far as its capabilities to show outstanding graphics. The attention to detail for the level designs are the best I've seen trying to recreate a licensed game, especially when it comes to aliens. And if you're a fan of the movies, you know that imagery and atmosphere are one of the biggest attractions of those movies. Now, let's talk about the alien. the perfect organism. The alien is never referred to in the game as a xenomorph, due to the fact that no one has ever encountered this creature before, so it is referred to as a monster or a parasite throughout the game. Its character model is impressive. I had low expectations for the alien due to how cartoony and inept the Xenos were in ACM, but I was surprised on how well it looked and acted. The AI for the alien is decent, but not perfect. What I mean by this is for the first quarter of the game, you will be learning how to play, and the alien seems to always be on your tail, and you will die. A lot. But as you learn how to be more stealthy and master the crafting system, its pattern becomes easy to figure out and will no longer present itself as a challenge. And once you get the flamethrower, forget about feeling scared. It will save your butt on numerous occasions. Once I was at this point of the game, I thought it was going to go downhill. But then the game surprised me again with a few new twists to keep the experience challenging and scary. My favorite part about this game, surprisingly, wasn't the alien. It was the average Joes. In Ridley Scott's Alien, the movie takes a whole new twist when you find out Ash is a robot or synthetic, and is working in the company's interest. The average Joes are, for the most part, maintenance droids, and unlike Ash or later Bishop, the Joes are meant to be known as synthetics, having no real facial features or expression. Just a white face with glowing eyes. You will hear and see the ads for the average Joes throughout the game.
Hello? My name's Ripley. Amanda Ripley. I need your help.
Please take a seat. Someone will be with you shortly.
No wonder Seegson is losing the tech race.
For an unknown reason, since the incident with the alien, the average Joes have malfunctioned or have been tampered with because now they kill on sight, and they are sturdy. If you think you're just going to clobber one of them with your maintenance jack, guess again. You may get a couple of hits in, but these Joes are smart and they will counter your attacks and then commence on beating you to death. Once you gain an upper hand, either with an EMP grenade or the bolt gun, it never gets old killing the average Joes.
Oh my god.
Follow me, please.
Now for the negatives of the game. This game is a survival horror game, and granted, it will leave you feeling scared and very underpowered for a portion of the game. But as you progress, there are times where boredom will set in because you essentially do the same thing in every level, which is turn the power on, then run from point A to point B to get to the next level to do it all over again. The plot of the game was at first really good, and when I say at first, I mean the cutscene before the real game begins. The voice acting for the characters is pretty weak aside from Amanda. So as I went through the game, I didn't care about what happened to the other characters, or even my own character most of the time. Maybe that was due to the fact I already knew Amanda's fate in the end.
Do you have any news about my daughter?
Well, we did come up with some information. Why don't we sit down? I was hoping to wait until after the inquest. Amanda Ripley McLaren, married name, I guess, age 66. And that was at the time of her death, which was 2 years ago. I'm real sorry.
Amy.
She was cremated and interred at Westlake Repository, Little Chute, Wisconsin. And no children. That's it.
I promised her that I would be home for her birthday. Her 11th birthday.
I found myself playing this game more for the challenge of beating the different rooms presented, having to avoid the alien, than actually caring of why I was going to these places to begin with. Again, most likely due to the fact that I didn't feel the connections with Amanda or the NPCs, because of the lack of character development. In the movies Alien and Aliens, they focus on giving you that sense of camaraderie and relatability with each character, so you will be invested in their hopeful survival. Amanda is sadly an empty shell.
18 hours. We got nukes, we got knives, sharp sticks. Maybe you haven't been keeping up on current events, but we just got our asses kicked, pal.
Well, that's great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do?
Listen to me. Hudson, just deal with it because we need you.
These people are dead, Burke! I say we grease this rat fuck son of a bitch right now. Hell's getting short. 4 more weeks and out. Get out of this chicken shit out of me.
The AI for the people as well as the alien can be improved quite a bit. You can have people looking right at you, and then all you have to do is pop a flare and throw it over their head, and they will walk towards it and ignore you completely. Imagine trying to do that in real life.
I still see you.
No, you don't. Next, I felt that there was a lot of things borrowed from survival horror games in the past that weren't necessary for this game. My first example is the game is way too fucking dark. Never in any alien movie has a place been so dark. Even in the nest of the xenomorphs was brighter. This was obviously adapted from the mechanics of Doom 3, having very dark lighting and making you use your flashlight everywhere. Second, I really don't understand why they made the people who were the crew of the Sevastopol turn into thieving murderers who spray paint messages all over the walls. This reminded me of Dead Space 2. And on the other note, if you're scared that an alien or an average Joe is out to kill you, why would you waste your time spray painting dumb crap everywhere? Third was the objectives that are given. It made me feel like I was back in the game of Dead Island, being on a never-ending fetch mission that required an obscene amount of backtracking. This game definitely has bugs that need to be patched immediately. There were times a cutscene animation was supposed to happen and the characters will just freeze in place, getting you killed. Or a screen will go to black and just not come back at all till you reload your last save point. This is a huge issue due to the fact that the only time your progress is saved is when you do it yourself. I am all for having the player be responsible for saving the game, but for having the game be bugged and get me killed unfairly and having to redo a bunch of work is crap. Also, the game shows signs of slowdown and screen tearing when you begin to move fast with a lot of things going on at once. This game has a hefty gigabyte requirement of 6.2 gigabytes. So I guess if you're one of those people with an Xbox Slim with the 4 gig hard drive, you're fucked. And to top off the gigabyte size, a long install time of almost 45 minutes. I went from here when I got the game.
Oh, I can't wait. This game's gonna be so fucking awesome. I can't wait.
To here by the time the install was over.
Huh? It's ready. Yeah. Last but not least is the ending of the game. I won't spoil it for you, but what the hell, Sega? This was the most unconclusive and nonsensical ending since Alien Colonial Marines, and it was a huge disappointment. I'm not dumb. Don't try to sequel bait me. This better be cleared up with DLC. And the DLC better be free because of how fucking stupid the ending was. Probably won't be though.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I rank Alien Isolation at a 7. I was so excited for this game and had such high hopes based on everything I had read and the interviews I had saw of the development team. I was the only person at GameStop Tuesday morning in line who purchased the game. They didn't even have the box out yet. Everybody else was buying NBA 2K14. People I talked to about my excitement were telling me that the game most likely will be bad. I will not go that far, but can you blame them? Look at the history of the Alien games. Now, if you haven't picked up the game for yourself, I have a suggestion that will most likely boost your experience with the game and give you that feeling of true survival horror that I wish I had done before I began the main game. For this, you will need to get the Nostromo edition of the game. This will include the bonus content of Crew Expendable, letting you play the events in the first film. You have the choice of 3 playable characters: Parker, Captain Dallas, or Ripley. The character models are extremely well done, and they managed to get all the original actors to do the voice work for the game, so it doesn't sound like recycled garbage like previous games have done. Play this before you play the main game. It will truly feel like an Alien game experience we've been waiting for. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe.